Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. For those of you who don't know, my name is Sarah, and for those of you who do, welcome back. I guess you're wondering where the clothes are, because that's normally where my videos. But today we are doing a different video. We're just going to talk to you guys. We have been asked loads of times in the past how we started, why we started, what we're doing, and we always said, yeah, we'll do a video. We never did. So, you probably already know because I jabber so much in my other videos, but we started because for 17 years, 18, yeah, 17 years, we lived in a flat, which was massive. I miss that place. But then we moved to this place, which is a house, which is great because, you know, you get your front and back door, you got the gardens. Awesome. Only difference is we didn't realise how much smaller our house would be to the flat, and it's like a shoebox. It is so tiny. So a lot of the stuff we had, we couldn't fit it in. So instead of throwing it out, we decided, you know what, why not sell it and make some money to put towards decorating the new place, which is what we did. So we asked ourselves, are we in this for fun or money? And we're in it for the money because we have some long-term goals that we would like to achieve. Being an everything reseller is fun, but it was slowing us down, and we have started to value our time. Now, being an everything reseller, there's nothing wrong with that because genuinely it is way more fun. You get to play with toys, but it's the time consuming and the money at the end of it. So we decided niching down is the way to go for us. So we spent between £4,000 and £5,000 on a big ass garden shed, and it stores about, well, we maxed out around 1,000 items, and a lot of that is bulky, chunky things which don't always sell fast. And we decided that niching down meant we could use that space to store other things. So niching down for us means that we can store more items and put practices in place to help scale our business and speed up what we do on any given day. We have estimated that we can store between 3,000 and 4,000 items instead of the 1,000 that we stored previously. We've already seen the time difference between being an everything reseller and changing over to being a clothing reseller. Being an everything reseller takes up so much more time because you have to spend that time on sourcing, researching, cleaning, testing, photographing, listing, and then packaging the item when it sells. And we'll talk a little bit about that later on in this video. For example, it takes more time when you're jumping between items from, say, like a hi-fi, which you have to clean and test, and then you jump into books, which you have to bundle, check pages, make sure there's no damages, and then you're jumping to another item such as board games, which are a pain in the arse, as we all know, because unless they're sealed, you have to open them up and you have to count every single piece, and some of those board games have a lot of pieces, and then you realise they're not all there. Whereas clothing is just, it's a little bit more straightforward. So being an everything reseller takes up so much more time because you have to source your items from everywhere, such as wholesales, auction houses, charity shops, car boots, church sales, yard sales, social media, Facebook marketplaces, Gumtree. You know, you get the hint. And that takes up so much more valuable time than niching down into just one item. For us, clothing is either wholesale or charity shops, as it's so easy to find, you can find it everywhere. For us, clothing is so much easier to package. When it comes to packing things, when it comes to clothes, you just put them in a poly bag and off they go. But when you're an everything seller, you are having to source different size boxes, different shape boxes, different kinds of void fill. For us, we used to have to do dumpster divings. We would find foam, bubble wrap. The neighbours would give us newspapers, and it's a lot more work because sometimes we could spend hours just packing one item. Well, a couple items. We're not that slow. So compared to when we were an everything seller, we can package a lot more clothing in the same amount of time that it would take us to package just a few random items. When we were an everything reseller, doing listings took a lot more time than it does now that we're niching down into clothing, as we have made pre-made templates such as women's jackets, men's jackets, skirts, shorts, trousers, and When you're an everything reseller, you can't do that because you don't know what you're going to pick up. I mean, you could go to a car boot sale and you don't know what you're going to find, so you have to make the listing from scratch. So clothing makes it a lot quicker because we can just use our pre-made templates and get going. Now, the downside of being a clothing reseller are items may need washed and ironed. You may have to deal with a few more returns because clothing sizes can be a little all over the place. So somebody might buy a size 12, get it, and it's not quite a size 12 to them. Also, when you get home, because we've all been there, you go into a charity shop, the lighting is not great, and you don't realise until you get back that you have some damages or stains, and instead of just tossing them, we return. I know not everyone does, but you're supposed to be making money, not throwing it in the bin. So we do returns, which is not always welcomed in the shops. But I think the hardest part about being a clothing reseller is trying to find a reliable source. I mean, you can go charity shopping and pick up the odd pieces here and there, but when you want to be able to just list clothing, you want to be able to find a place where you can buy in bulk, so you've got constant stock coming into your store and hopefully going straight back out again. So I think that's the hardest part. Plus, I tend to try and steal everything. Doesn't help. So that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you guys have any hints, tips, suggestions, questions, feel free to share them below. And if you haven't already, think about subscribing, hitting that bell button so you get to join us on this fun journey of reselling. And if you like this video, think about giving us a thumbs up. Always helps. And until next time, guys.